how to dance, and there's some people who know how to eat at the same time. It's still multi-talent, you see. But then I'm wondering, when I send my son to school and I tell him, you are going to study medicine, you must come back as a doctor in this family. And then the young man goes to school, and after spending all my money, he now decides that he likes acting and he wants to act. I'm thinking, what would I say? Okay, well, we have somebody here who would answer the question what he told his parents after deciding to study medicine and then make a way for himself or make a name for himself as an actor. We have Ifeanyi in the house. Dr. Ifeanyi in the house. It's great to have you.
Hello, hi.
It's great to have you.
You're welcome.
It's great to be here.
Would you go into a theater like this? Or you just finished your internship? If you were going into a hospital or something, would you go like this?
So during my internship, I had, because I was filming during my internship, and so like I had consultants, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Not a lot of people knew, but I was filming during the internship, and so like a lot of times I had to have my hair in a certain way, and it was very hard to transition into what I had for the hospital, which was a fully combed afro. And if you have like this kind of hair, you would know it's difficult to comb. So if I was going to the theater, I would have a theater cap.
Okay.
Which was like great for me because nobody knew what I was,
under the hair.
Yeah.
I was under the cap. Okay, so great. Let's talk about acting. Where did the interest, where did the drive come from, the passion to go into acting, and how was it starting up as an actor for you?
Like for me, I've always been interested in the creatives. Like, I mean, so I grew up in a hospital. My parents are in the medical field. My dad is a doctor. My mom is a nurse. So like I always kind of knew that I knew that I.
That's interesting. Okay.
It is. I mean, they're such brave people.
They are.
Yeah, and I love them. So I knew that like it was something that I wanted to do, that I wanted to do. But I also knew I was very interested in being creative. Like I would write, and I would put like a small table in front of me and wear like a waistcoat and a tie and like pretend to read the news and like pretend there was an audience like clapping and stuff. So like I knew it was something I wanted to do.
Wow. What do you only mean I did that?
Yeah. But then the way I'm like wired is like I don't start something and not finish. So I went to medical school. Thankfully I got in early. I was 15 going on 16 at Gidi, and then so. While I was because I thought it was supposed to be for 6 years, but then you know how medical school is in Nigeria, so it turned out to be for 8 years. So while I was finishing, I just thought that like I wanted to start doing the other things that I wanted to do because I was going to do it anyway. So the first thing I did was I saw an advert for a job. The Nigerian Idol was offering a writer a job, and so like I didn't tell anyone. I packed my textbooks. I was in the lab when I got the message, and I packed my textbooks in a backpack. And like I literally took the first bus because my school is in Edo State, from Edo State and down to Lagos. And so when I got to Lagos, I called the company. I was like, oh yeah, with all this hope that I was going to get it without experience. So like
you left being to Lagos.
I did.
Wow. This Lagos this experience for you.
I know. I'm sure if my parents, I don't know if they were watching, but like if they did. Anyway, so like I called and they said to me, well, the position has already been filled. And I was very disappointed because I was already in Lagos. So I went back home, watched the show, wrote something, and came back and I said, well, I think you're going to like this and you can hire me for free. And they hired me. And
for free?
Well, until the end of the project. And they gave me a check and said thank you for, and then for the next 2 seasons I was hired, and then I became executive content creator for the website. Yeah. So like it was such a great thing. And then so that just gave me the confidence to be able to like just go anywhere and be like, can I help with this? Can I? And I think it's something that a lot of young people don't know now is that like sometimes all it takes is for you to just ask, and you never know who's willing to help you and kind of show dedication. And then I did my first audition in 2011 for Tinsel. And they didn't call me back for a whole year. They had said to me, if we don't call you, this audition was like around October, and they said to me, if we don't call you by March next year, that's 2012, then we're not, and they didn't. So they called me October 2012, and I got the role of my life. I was playing a pop star who was in love with some village girl, and it was very interesting. I did that for about 2 years and some months, and then other opportunities just started to fall in from there. But it affected school. It didn't affect my grades or anything. I just had to work extra hard. There were times when I had to film today and then I had exams the next day, and like it was very stressful. And I feel like I've been living that kind of stressful life for a while now. Because I have to go back to South Africa, for example, to complete filming the show that I'm on right now. Wow. But I'm here now, so it's like I've been going back and forth for a very long time.
So what show is that?
Okay.
It's Top Actor Africa. It's on BET channel 1 to 9 DSTV.
Nice. Nice.
Tell us about that. How did you get into
Top Actor Africa? Is it's a great show that I'm currently on. Executive produced by Samad Davis, who's just the coolest guy you'd ever meet. It's a show. So I don't like to call it a competition because it's much more than that. I know that like in the acting world, it's basically about. It's almost like a competition because you have to get a role and etc. But I don't like to call it that because it's more than that for me. So they've selected 12 actors from like different countries, and they've put them together, and they would have them do tasks every week, and then people go home, which is the sad bit. But on the bright side, we learn a lot of stuff. We meet a lot of great people. I've made friendships, connections. And the episode that's airing tomorrow is coincidentally the theater episode we had. We did some interesting Shakespeare, which is awesome because I'm aware it's the World Theatre Day today, so it's awesome. Yesterday, sorry. Okay. So, sorry, flying a lot my time. Yeah, so I'm super excited to be on that show. It's on BET. It shows there's a new episode every Tuesday. Okay. Are you the only Nigerian there? No, but there are 3 Nigerians. But for the first 2 weeks, I think I was the only Nigerian. And the others joined in. But I'm the only one who's around right now. Oh, right.
So that's been bounced?
No. I mean here, right now.
In Nigeria?
In Nigeria at this moment,
there.
yes.
How would the bouncing be? Would they...
like Big Brother. Okay,
it's not so. Yeah, so they 1 per week or 2 per week. You never know. It's like the acting industry here. 1 minute you're like hot cake, and next minute you're
out.
You're not.
Nobody has been bounced. Has anybody been bounced?
People have been. The first person that left was a South African, my dear friend Simcle, who is an awesome actress. And then the next 2 people were also South Africans.
So how many remaining now?
We are 12 minus 3. We're 9.
9.
And the 3 of them South Africans?
Yes.
So I mean, that's not South Africans gone?
No, because we had more South Africans to start with.
Okay.
So we had 3 Nigerians, 2 Kenyans, and then 7 South Africans.
Hey.
But that's not why, it's not an indication of why they're leaving or an indication of their talent or the lack thereof. With the acting industry, as you know, it's, sometimes the casting director is just looking for something that you don't have, which doesn't make you a bad actor.
Of course.
Which is what I love about the show. I feel like it helps you. I feel like it's a great show.
So how has medicine been able to prepare you for that situation? Because I know it's not just about acting abilities and your love for the arts. How has medicine...
Thank you so much for that question, because like usually people want to ask me, so like, how are you like, so what are you thinking? And like, nobody's ever thought to ask me like, how has medicine prepared you? Because like, the thing about life is when you learn, right? I mean, the first thing is experience is a very good teacher, and you learn. Now, the thing about medicine is that, like, you're spending all these hours and all this time, and, like, you're preparing yourself physically and mentally to take on so much work. So when we're taking up all this work on Top Actor, for example, or like every other film set, for example, like, I'm prepared because I know studying medicine is like going to war. Hey? Like, there's no medical student that would tell you different. It's like going to war, and like you have to come out at the other end, and when you're out, like, you can literally face anything. And so I'm so grateful for having studied medicine. It's not something that I've completely thrown away. It's like something that's like very dear to me, and I respect completely. I respect the people who are constantly doing it right now, and I hope that is something I can definitely get back to someday.
Medicine?
Yes, for sure.
Okay, so is it like there's a hiatus? You're on break from medical-related practices?
Well, I mean, I just finished my internship. The next step would be my residency program. Okay. And so, like, for me, like, I just like to take some, because I studied for 8 years.
Yeah, man. You bring that show now.
I know. And then, like, I did my internship for another year, which is, so I just kind of need time to kind of focus on. And I mean, it was really difficult because like I was studying and I was acting and I was writing and I was trying my best to kind of make everything, and I didn't want to fail, and I never did. Wow. So yeah, so it's been really difficult, and I'm kind of focusing on other things right now. But it's always there. It's always in my heart. It's in how I behave. I hope it's in how I behave. And it's just in how like I attend to things very like thoroughly, I think. Yeah.
If you had to make a choice between both careers, if you had to pick one, if I put a gun to your head and we're playing Russian roulette or something, I said you had to pick one, which would it be?
See, that's a difficult question here, because like I know that I've always wanted to be an actor, but I don't know that I'd have been more convinced than ever to want to pursue it if I didn't study medicine.
Oh, how?
Let's go again. Go over that again.
I'm not trying to be political. Okay. I know that I've always wanted to be an actor or writer, but I don't know that I would have had the drive to pursue it. like I have
you didn't
now if I didn't study medicine.
Okay, so you're...
Did medicine motivate you to follow your acting career? What was that eureka moment?
The honest eureka moment was like, do you remember Little Rascals?
Little Rascals
It's this film that had like all these kids in it, and it was a film only about kids and with kids.
Oh, okay.
And like, I saw that, and I was just like I wanted so badly to be on it. Like I wanted so bad. It's like I would make a cool this guy. You know what I mean? And so there and then, like I decided that I was going to do this, but I didn't know how I was going to kind of.
How old are you then?
I was maybe 11.
Okay.
Wow.
Maybe or less, maybe. I don't, because I'm not sure, but I was really young. And so like I didn't know how I was going to tell it to my parents. It's not like they're scary or anything, they're very like liberal. So, but I didn't know how I was going to tell them. I didn't know what I was going to do. I didn't know if I was going to have to go to school and stuff. So that's a question I can't answer. I don't know what I would do.
If you had to choose, you wouldn't know.
Wow.
That means, okay, let's see.
I love it.
But there might be a time, but there definitely might be a time when you might have to.
There is a time, like right now, I'm not doing both of them at the same time.
True.
When I did, it was
One after the
hectic.
But then you have, it's almost like you have something to fall back on.
No, see, that's the thing. It's not.
Okay, let's put it that way. What I'm saying that I'm putting you on the spot. If you had to, I mean, talk about saving lives, giving hope to dying children,
or making yourself
or
happy.
making money, becoming superstar, pop star.
That's the thing. Thank you for raising that point, because acting is also saving lives. I mean, it's one and the same thing to me. Like people, I don't know about you, but like I watch performances and I'm forever changed. And it's not in a...
How many lives did Robert Downey Jr. save last year?
Well, I mean, forget about Robert.
I mean,
like
Downey Jr. I don't want to forget him. How many lives did he?
I don't know.
The highest earning Hollywood actor last year.
Okay, that's great, but like
how many lives did he save?
No, he's talking about watching the.
But I saw performances that like changed my life as a person.
Okay.
Like I watch things and like I want to aspire to the way that they have behaved, and like you learn, right? And like it's in a way it's saving lives, and it's not to belittle how physically inclusive it is to save lives as a doctor. It's an entirely different thing, but it's the same thing in a sense. And
that's
so
make believe. This is something very practical. Medicine is practical.
I feel like I'm sweating.
Medicine is
because
practical.
I think they are mutually exclusive.
I would be an actor writer, but I would be some sort of human. Like I would travel around and help people medically.
You know, this what you're saying now is making sense.
Politically,
you know? Actually, I don't mind. Don't mind that you're sweating now. We actually, a lot of us wish we were you.
No,
I wish I had a medical degree.
No, my life is not that
No, that's
great.
what I'm saying. I mean, a lot of people wish that they had a medical degree and they were
they were
acting
doing
and all that. But that's very cool. Don't mind us.
Really
Okay, so
nice.
Ifeanyi, what's coming up? If you win, BET,
Top
what's
actor,
it now? Top actor and all that. If you win, if you don't win, what are the future plans from there moving forward?
I mean, like, I know that this sounds cliche.
How much is it, by the way?
How much is what? The cash price?
the cash price.
It's $10,000. I mean, now that the economy is like...
Oh, the dollar should be going up.
You know what I mean?
No, by the time they're paying now,
20.
when the dollar is now 500 naira.
Yeah, I know what you
big
mean.
boy,
if I do win, that would be great, hey, because like I didn't go into this thinking like I have all the responsibility of my country people on my head. I just wanted to go there and do a good job, but like getting in there and just being divided by country, not divided in a bad way, just knowing that like it was like, oh, okay, now this is. It would be great to win. Also, like I feel like even if I didn't win, just getting in there was winning, because like there's so many other things that I've gotten already from being a part of the show.
Whoa.
Do
you have a manager? Remember you said ask. I'm asking now.
Yes, I do.
You do.
Which is one of the things I got from
you can be his PA.
No. See, actually,
Which is one of
somebody
the
got
things I
a
got from
job
being on the show.
and then you wrote, I can write, I can manage you for free for the first month.
I do have an awesome manager who's taking like such charge of my, like I've never had anyone else aside from my friends and like my family, I've never had anyone else just take an interest in your career, in my career, and it's one of the things I got from being on the show. So, you know, I'm grateful for, we haven't even finished, we've only had like 2 episodes and like I already scored like one of the best managers in town.
Nice.
You know?
So, your parents like...
We have to round up now, there's no time.
Right now?
We still have one more sit down, but then it's been great having you on this show.
Yeah, it's been so good.
I hope you come another time when you have much more time.
More time.
Yeah, sure, I would love to be here.
When next you come to Nigeria, definitely.
Yeah, such a pleasure to
Okay, all right, it's good having you.
Thank
you very much.
Thank you. I hope
we hope you win. We hope you win. Okay, and then after we'll put this in time as